Welcome back, True Seeker. The number one movie on Netflix right now is The Good Nurse. It came out September 11th, 2022, the day leaving 111 days left in the year. Of course, that's the day in history New York was attacked. As we know, New York equals 111 in Gematria. So does the word vaccination. And that's interesting because The Good Nurse is about a young single mother who's a nurse who's dying from heart disease. And the other part of the film is that she has a coworker who's purposefully killing people within the hospitals. And this is based on a real story, Charles Cullen. They say he killed somewhere between 29 and 400 people. But notice Charles Cullen's birthday, February 22nd, the 53rd day of the year. As we know in Gematria, COVID equals 53. And at the same time, Wuhan coronavirus equals 222. If you have not read my book, Number Games 9/11 to Coronavirus, it's largely about how from 9/11/2001 to March 11th, 2020, the day the pandemic was declared for Wuhan coronavirus, was exactly 222 months later. Of course, there's a lot more to that, but we've been thoroughly exposing the pattern of 222 and 53 in the ongoing COVID pandemic and aftermath. But just think about it. A lot of people speaking up now about the side effects and the many people who've dropped dead and developed heart disease in the post-COVID jab. And now this film of all films being promoted to the top on Netflix. Remember, Netflix also put out the next pandemic starring Bill Gates just before the whole Wuhan coronavirus thing started. And then they released the follow-up just titled Pandemic, starring Bill Gates, one day after coronavirus was confirmed in the U.S., the first confirmed case in the world outside of China, in Bill Gates' backyard in King County, home to the world's biggest needle, the Space Needle. But again, what are the odds? And don't forget, in Gematria, William Henry Gates equals 201. The Good Nurse runs 2 hours and 1 minute long, 2:01. So does the film Inferno, 2:01, which came out on Bill Gates' birthday, starring Tom Hanks, the first celebrity with the virus who was also in Sleepless in Seattle. Again, Inferno, the film that came out about a billionaire depopulating the world with a virus, similar to the show Utopia, about a group of billionaires who control the media, faking a pandemic in the news to get out a mass vaccination to sterilize and depopulate for the sake of saving the earth from climate change. Amazon was nice enough to remake that show in 2020, shortly after the pandemic was declared. But again, you guys, there's a thin line between entertainment and reality. We know about predictive programming. You wouldn't exactly call The Good Nurse predictive programming, but it's kind of mockery for the times. So if you haven't seen The Good Nurse and you do have Netflix, I'd recommend you watch it. It is a good film. It's well done. But also just to see the way that people thumb their nose at us. Again, there's so many people in this world who will watch this film who won't connect the dots. We need to help those people connect the dots so they don't become victims of the next agenda. All right, True Seeker. Until next time.